Namaskar and welcome to yet another episode of Star SAMVAAD Leadership Podcasts. In this chaotic world of banking, sometimes the calm demeanor of an individual who brings stability to the system gives you a lot of strength. We have one such person today amongst us whom we are trying to learn from. We welcome General Manager, Digital Lending, Shri Vijay Parlikar ji. Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, your profile suggests you have worked some remote parts of the country within India, and then you have had a very prestigious posting in our London branch. The compliance culture seems to be vastly different between India and UK. Can you throw some light on it and how you negotiated that, sir?
First of all, whenever a person is posted abroad, basic thing which one has to remember is what you do in India does not happen in foreign countries. Functioning in India is different because you are dealing with your branches. Your the customer interface is branches, right? Abroad, you are the bank. This is the major difference one has to understand first. Now, incidentally, since you have mentioned London, I was Chief Manager, Chief Executive's Office. As Chief Manager, Chief Executive's Office, I was dealing with 5 regulators. That is Antwerp, Paris, Jersey, London, in DIFC also. Fine. I was the officer designated as Immigration Authority for our bank. So I was issuing COS, that is Certificate of Sponsorship. Right. Now, all these responsibilities, they come to you as a bank. So, anywhere we miss, then it is not you who have committed the mistake. Okay, it is the bank who has committed the mistake.
Coming out from an out-and-out engineering background, being a technical officer in the bank, you have a very sharp grasp on banking itself, like the finance side of it. How do you marry this engineer and banker within you? How do you balance it?
What happens is, coming from a private sector again, that is how I said some lateral skills have been ported into me when I joined the bank. Yeah. So when I joined as technical officer, naturally I was doing what was told that appraise these industries. But I also kept my eyes open for what is happening around in the bank. And I must thank my mentors, which not only superiors, I'll say, even the sub-staff of the bank, clerical of the bank, okay, to the mentors. And since they were open to give me, I was very receptive to accept it also. Cherry on the ice was when I came to Nagpur, again, one of the mentors, my then zonal manager, Mr. S.V. Naik, Parlikar, तुमची जागा तिथं नाहीये, zonal office मध्ये बसायचं नाही. Now that person understood at that particular time that a technical officer can sit if he want in the zonal office and do whatever work is coming to him. But there will not be any future for this particular officer if he limits himself to that. That is the vision of that visionary.
Correct.
He sent me to corporate branch.
There is one very unique experience that you have acquired, which many bankers generally don't get. You have been the managing director of our merchant banking vertical, or it's a subsidiary actually. Please share with us the experience that you got from there and what a youngster can learn if he ever gets to work with merchant banking.
See, coming to merchant bankers, I didn't know how bank chose me to be there. It starts from that aspect. But once chosen, I was very happy. After 12, 13 years of experience, or maybe more, I was trying to go back to my private sector experience. So we started working on each and every aspect of that company, right from relaunching, rebranding of the entire brand BOI Merchant Bankers. What I would suggest to the officers who are aspiring to get into that kind of a setup, don't think that it is going out of the bank. It is an opportunity to relearn. It is an opportunity to reorient yourself. It is an opportunity to actually showcase your talents which are otherwise not being used over there. You get to, believe that I am existing separately. That is what.
As a separate entity rather than being a subsidiary of the bank.
Yes.
That's a very interesting perspective. Sir, so the follow-up question is relating to your very specialized job in the bank. There are hardly, say, 100 officers. In your time, maybe even less number of officers in that particular field. The TEV officer, the technical evaluator of the bank. What was the scenario back then when you joined? And what was the career prospect that a technical officer could see in a bank, in a commercial bank in India back in those days?
It was limited, but then what used to happen is the technical officers had a typical career path in those days also. You join in scale 1, scale 2. I was a direct scale 2 joinee at that time.
Ji.
When I was recruited in the bank, it was a technical officer, industrial appraiser. Okay. So that particular profile which I had was very much liked by the interviewing panel. And that is how I came in the bank. So they had within the entire cadre, okay, path defined up to scale 5. Subsequent to that, as the today also the same scenario is there, scale 5 onwards you become a general banking officer, and then you compete with the general officer itself. At that time I did not envisage or feel that career growth is not sufficient. At the same time, it had its own privileges. For example, a person like me who has come from the industry, I got the exposure of around 50 plus industries. Had I continued in the private sector, I would have never seen those industries. So my technical expertise was not only limited to electronics and telecommunication. I extended myself to steel, textile, explosives. You just name it, and I have done it.
From steel to explosives.
Yes, steels, explosives, sponge iron.
Awesome. That's actually
Everything.
Awesome. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just naming a few because I don't remember how many industries I have appraised also.
Right, sir.
That gives a technical officer the leeway, okay, to judge what is required by the bank. It is not something simple. I mean, some project is coming to you, and we were not limited to even amounts. Like 10 crore ka project kiya, 12 crore ka kiya. When I was in head office TAD, we appraised even 6,000 crores of projects also.
Sir, when is this?
This was maybe I can say from 2099 to 2013.
That time, 6,000 crores would be a very big part of the balance sheet.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
Many young officers who are joining the industry right now, they're very apprehensive generally about the random transfers that are so famous, or rather we can say infamous, in banking industry. And they're very apprehensive. How would we adapt? If I go to Gujarat, I learn Gujarati today. Then suddenly bank sends me to Tamil Nadu and I have to learn a new culture altogether. This apprehension, how do they get over this apprehension and become a seasoned banker from your perspective?
I have got a different response to this thing.
Ji, sir.
First of all, when you have joined bank, you have signed on an agreement.
Absolutely, sir.
I'm sorry for being so blunt about it.
Absolutely, sir.
The bank says wherever you are required by the bank to be posted, you agree to be posted and take services over there.
True.
Language may be different, but that is how we have signed it for.
Yes, sir.
Frankly speaking, I have never refused any posting. I have never cribbed any posting. Wherever bank has sent me, I have gone. I'm not saying, again, this is another question which comes naturally. When do you become a leader? Leadership does not happen with the scale. Leadership starts from the position where you have joined. Okay. You may not perceive it as you are taking leadership, okay? But your behavior, your actually handling of situations, your approach to certain situations, that starts defining it. And maybe you are in scale 2 or scale 3, working under an AGM or DGM, whatever it may be. But the very fact that somebody of that particular scale starts relying upon you, अरे नहीं वो विजय को दे दो, वो कर लेगा. That is because they are believing in your leadership. So coming back to your this thing again, transfers and others aspect, my suggestion would be go with the flow. When you join in a organization like bank, believe me, bank has, irrespective of the people who are holding certain positions, they have something planned for you. What is required is just to perform your given job, they will decide your career. They will decide where you would be more useful for the bank. If you keep yourself flexible to go each and every posting which the bank is giving you, believe me, it will be very beneficial for you. And that one officer should understand.
So, as our audience is quite young, the younger lot of officers and clerks, many a times the younger lot feels a little bit inhibited, communicating with people at very high executive positions. Kaise baat karun? How do I actually approach a person of that stature? How does a young officer get over that inhibition and communicate with very higher up people in an effective manner? What do you think about it, sir?
It's a very typical question. I have not exerted myself for methods of communication, but what I have practiced is something very different. Number one should have clarity of thought. That has to be learned and acquired.
Right.
Once you know your job, you have clarity of thought. So the basic question which you asked, there should not be any inhibition, at least to convey. What I'm trying to say is, you should just be able to convey what you want to say. When I say convey, there will not be any arrogance. In Nagpur corporate branch again, one of the sanctions which we received from head office, again from prime rated customer, तो जो फैक्स किया गया था उसमें सैंक्शन बाय सीएमडी हमारे पास आ गया. So there the remark was, rate of interest stands at 8.75% only. एक स्केल 2 ऑफिसर जो रहता है उसकी पैरों की जमीन हिल गई मेरी. Okay. So what do? The beneficiary of this particular rate of interest was my client. So what I did, I dialed number of that authority, the top man of that company. You will be surprised. He came online. Tell me, what is the problem? Sir, so and so thing has happened. I assure you, I didn't say I guarantee. I assure you, I'll be immediately taking up the proposal to head office again. Within 2 to 3 days, we will get back that 8.5%. How do you say that you will get it back within 3 to 4 days? I said, sir, that is my job. Again, I did not care for my scale at that time. Do not be afraid. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? सामने वाला गाली देगा. लेकिन जो बोलना है उससे रुको नहीं.
जी.
Once you speak out, you are done.
It was really encouraging to delve deep into your career and your life. Any message you would like to give to the young officer or the young clerk who might be joining and watching you right now? How to go about their careers?
Don't think that if I do this, I'll be gaining this. Perform your job to the best of your abilities. You will be noticed. एक important चीज मैं सबको बोलना चाहता हूँ और मैंने believe भी किया है. For climbing the ladder, you don't have to be pleasing to someone. That cannot happen. You have to just go on performing your job. Okay.
Thank you, sir. That was a very deep insight. It was very enjoyable, and it will be memorable for us also to have such a deep discussion with you. So that's it. We just concluded a wonderful, deep, insightful talk with one of the most thoughtful personalities, executives that we have in our system. A very humble person who has gone through this system as a part of the system rather than thinking that he is above it. And that is one of the greatest learning that we might have from it. Please stay connected with us, and we would bring more such wonderful stories, more such wonderful insights. Star SAMVAAD Leadership Podcast. Thank you.